made possible by our dedicated team members who all do it for one reason: you. That's why your safety and well-being are so important to us. Let's go through some in-flight instructions so we can get you safely on your way. First, make sure your seat is upright, all larger electronic devices are put away, and your tray table is stowed. Seat back device holders must be stowed for taxi, takeoff, and landing. If you have a carry-on, place it all the way under the seat in front of you. Larger carry-on luggage goes in the overhead bin. If you have a handheld device, please switch it to airplane mode now. If your electronic device falls into your seat, please do not adjust your seat and contact a crew member for assistance. If you are seated at an overwing exit, your window shade must remain open for taxi, takeoff, and landing. If you haven't already fastened your seatbelt, insert the metal end into the buckle and pull the strap so it's tight across your hips. To open your seatbelt, lift the top of the buckle. And remember, seatbelts should be fastened whenever you're seated in case of unexpected turbulence. U.S. law requires compliance with lighted and posted signs and crew member instructions. All flights are non-smoking, including e-cigarettes. It's against the law to tamper with, disable, or destroy the lavatory smoke detectors. Doing so may result in a fine. The safety card in your seat pocket explains the safety features of this airplane, including the location and operation of exits and flotation devices. But of course, don't hesitate to ask our crew members questions. This airplane has 2 exit doors in the front, 4 window exits over the wings, and 2 exit doors in the back. Take a moment to locate the nearest one, and keep in mind, it may be behind you. All door exits have evacuation slides to use in the unlikely event of an emergency. When directed to exit, jump onto the slide and move away from the airplane. In a water evacuation, life rafts are located in marked ceiling compartments. All exits are clearly marked with signs and opening instructions. If needed, exit path lighting in the aisle will illuminate near the floor to guide you to an exit indicated by signs and lights. In the event of an emergency, leave all belongings and proceed to the closest usable exit. If needed, oxygen masks will drop from an overhead compartment. Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and pull the mask down to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and put the elastic band over your head. Pull the straps to tighten and breathe normally. You should always put on your mask before helping others. Oxygen is flowing even if the bag does not inflate. Life vests are located under, next to, or between your seat. For help locating them, see your safety card. To remove the vest, pull the tab or compartment handle to break the seal. If equipped with an elastic harness, remove the harness before opening the pouch. Take the vest out as shown on the safety card and put it over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist, attach the buckle, and pull tight. Once outside, pull the tab to inflate your vest or blow into the red tube. In the water, a light on your vest will automatically illuminate. If necessary, an infant life vest will be distributed by a crew member. See your safety card for more details on how to use it. We will be dimming the cabin lights for takeoff. Individual reading light controls are at each seat. It's our honor to care for you on your journey. If you have any questions, please refer to your safety card or ask any of the crew members as they do their final cabin check. And as always, let us know if there's anything we can do to make your time with us more enjoyable.
Thank you once again for your attention. Once you reach comfortable cruising altitude, we would think cabin serve your choice of complimentary beverages. Just additional information about the safety demo. If we do have to use the oxygen in an emergency, you must take off your face mask before donning your oxygen. I will be dimming the cabin lights. There are additional reading lights above. If you plan to sleep this morning, please make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened and also your face mask is on your face. So rather than disturbing, we do our safety checks.
Ready to connect. Click Connect to show now. You are connected.
flight attendants, please be seated for departure.
Yo, yo. What's up? Hello. Testing. 1, 2, 3. What's up, everybody? Welcome. How you doing tonight? Choppy, huh? Is it choppy when I move or something else? Am I buffering? Or is it like a movement type thing? Wobbly. I'm connected to the right internet. Should be coming in nice and loud. Test. Is that true, cleaner? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Obama Internet. You mean this, cleaner? You mean this? Pursue your dream. Wait, what is this? The next generation. I mean, we have to get this, right? Should I soy boy face to this? Yo, shout out Mexico, shout out Team Guindim right now, for those who know. What the heck is this? You get to do all this? I mean, we have to get it, right? 2024. It's all over, but at least we have Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Put the time in to be a real pilot? What are you talking about? You mean I could have put all this time into being a real pilot? Get out of here. Our viewers need the best experience, okay? JLP Airlines when? Look, our people need to be rendered. Look, your experiences must be rendered. But then Nick couldn't talk to us when flying anymore. Wait, what do you mean, why? Oh, if I was in a real plane? Do you think we could do Nick stream from a real plane one day? No, let's stop. Let's not. Let's deal with today. Oh, what's that? Take me to your dealer. What the? Oh, that's some like Star Wars stuff, huh? But you know, our people need to be rendered. They need to be fully rendered. Your virtual experience, it has to be top notch. Okay. So yes, obviously. When is this? November? The virtual drinkies and snackies just are gonna taste all that much better. Welcome, welcome. Seeing some people come in, appreciate it. A few weeks after the election.
Serves the British overseas territory of Gibraltar.
Gibraltar.
For Mordecai, a champion with an
Okay. No. Oh, this is too far. We've gone too far. Yeah, I think we've gone too far. No. Oh no. What? Am I gonna get to type this in? You have to click all that in. That's pretty dope. No. What is this? No. We've gone too far. Someone back up one generation. Uncanny. Look at that. Look at those sandwiches. PNG sandwich.png salmon steak.obb. What the? Look at that guy's face. This is like, what? This is your 2024. What is this? This is like Gmod. This is like Gmod level. What is this? This is like Gmod. Do you know when Gmod came out? Do you realize when Gmod came out? Are you seeing this? 2006. 2006. What's her hand doing? What's the hand doing? No, okay, we're not doing that. What the? Where's your utensil, man? Peasant areas? What is this? Who's making this review? Are we in the Twilight Zone right now? Peasant areas are also modeled extremely well. What the heck? Is this official? Is this from Microsoft? Peasant areas. Who are the peasants? Is that us? Are we in the Twilight Zone right now? What? It made me want to order some. No, okay, hold on. Peasant areas. What the? Drop technology. No. We went wrong somewhere. People. We went wrong somewhere. Somewhere we went wrong, but okay, we're definitely gonna get it. Maybe. Hey, welcome to the stream. Welcome. 844-900-2229. I am your captain speaking. Doing a little chill stream. Some interesting things on the. Not to be such a downer, because I'm not down. I don't feel down. And I'm talking about the election. Talk a little bit about the election. Predicted. You ever been on Predicted? What do you know about Predicted? I'm not talking about gambling. We're not gonna gamble here. Christian stream. Hi, Harmony. Is crypto gambling? Uh-oh. How many Hail Marys? What do you do for that? I need spiritual advice in the chat. Go ahead. Yeah, I don't feel down. If you know anything about anything, you're watching the Bond Network, come on. We're not gonna feel down about these things that we can't control. It's not even the most important thing you can do. Now, if you believe in something, go vote. I'm voting for Trump. You guys know me. I think it would be better. No, even with for however way you slice it. It's just a move, and I personally love the man. But anyways, yeah, I don't feel down. Do you know if there's anything to get? We're gonna just do a chill stream, okay? But if there's anything to keep in mind, the important things in life, the only thing you could really do is not. Have we learned anything? It's been some years now since all of this crazy, since Trump and all that. Protesting isn't gonna do it. Getting mad is not gonna. You get mad, you lose. It's over. It's done. Pack it up. How, Nick? How, Matt? How? What do you mean? You don't need any more. Nick looking like an immigrant today. I don't know. Shout out Tingui Dean. I don't care. You don't need any more words than that. You get mad, you lose. It's over. But no, why not to get mad? What do you mean, who are you? Who are you? Holla for Kamala. See, this is what I'm talking about. How do you know that, Kevin Howe? The Incredible Hulk, beta? Well, it depends. Depends, Kevin Howe. The Incredible Hulk. Doesn't matter. Muscles? Okay. But, okay, who's the... Does he have a love interest? Betty Ross. If it's in the first two videos, Kevin Howe.
Tonight I'm hosting presentation night for me and my friends.
Then I don't know what to tell you.
I'm going to use Adobe Express to help.
He gets angry. But I'm fishing for simp, I guess, not even simp, just like, oh, a woman, the one thing that'll calm him down. I knew it. Never even seen this movie. The one thing that'll bring down the Incredible Hulk. He's a beast. No, he's a madman. But look, it's in the first video, man. Come on. But the one thing that'll make Bruce Banner, bring him back to being, calm down the beast. Betty, she's special. See, she's scared of thunder. Batman is beta? No, he doesn't he might be. He is mad. It was in the first video, Kevin. Come on. He gets angry. Beta. Let's see here. Biggest beta male. Doesn't he have a King Kong? Is King Kong even a beta primate? Male primate. Michael Keaton Batman, okay. Beta primate. It's a beta alpha primate. Okay, maybe I shouldn't play too much of this, but look, don't get mad. Look, don't get mad, you'll become a woman. You didn't hear that part? Or you're not listening today? Oh man, yeah, Steven, you marry mama. But I'll let you smoke on that one, but the kid he was talking to today, but hey, whatever. What are you talking about, man? And welcome. Predictit.org, Harris, the 47th. Who cares about polls, right? Poll stats, but they kind of interesting. They're kind of interesting, especially the ones people are willing to put money on. You know, Donald Trump 46 cents, latest yes price. Which was the woman with Batman and the one that's like also knows all the like martial arts like he knows. Who's that guy? Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul. That the woman involved with that. That's his kryptonite, no? Damn, what the? Noah's Arkansas. What are you putting that on? You putting that on Trump? Putting that on? No, I would be forcing you to bet. Batman is unchristian propaganda. Well, hold on, Noah's Arkansas, man. Thank you so much. Where you? It's nice to see you in the chat, Noah's Arkansas, man. Thank you, sir. And you know what? At this time, oh, no, I won't even say that. But man, thank you so much, sir. Noah's Arkansas. It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for the very generous super chat. It's hard on an ankle baby in America today. It is hard on an ankle baby. What do you think? Am I going to fare better in a Kamala Harris America or Trump's America? What's better for the anchor baby, huh? Speaking like purely Machiavellian terms. Noah's Arkansas. Welcome, man. Thank you so much. How you been, sir? Let me check DLive. DLive.tv/American Anchor Baby. DLive. .tv/Gorgonzola. Rumble.com/American Anchor Baby. Thank you. All supporters. Appreciate it. All supporters. Noah's Arkansas Prime Baller. Can I say that? Can I say that? All further super chats will be call it a first class seat on Friday's show, Nick Streep style, okay? I love Trump, but he's too old. Man, Noah's Arkansas, thank you. Okay, wait, hold on. Big detour, big distraction. Speaking of Batman, you're gonna like this. I'm gonna need help from the chat. We're gonna need it. I got a memory. It's forming. What the heck is this? Sound playing out of my computer. Okay. We're talking.
Best
it's a
and
game.
worst dinner for your
It's like a
waistline.
computer game. It's like a clicking. It's like a
Sweet
clicking.
potatoes. Try to find
What
the
the-
purple sweet potato. They're the
Am
This
I getting any of
incredible
this
device keep-
ad money rumble? I didn't hear about this. Mute that site. Okay. It's a Batman picture. What is it? Picture point and click. Come on. It's like you made your own animations. It was so creative. It was the best. You would like make your own animations. Batman comic maker. What was it? It was the sickest. Oh!
To be free and flexible and creative was really essential.
Don't I
to what
disavow
wanted.
I disavow nostalgia. We can't be emotional creatures, okay? Let's stop with all that. But look, who knows this? Remember this? Oh man, Batman cartoon maker. Who had this? Oh damn! You see this? Now remember how you were. Unbothered. Remember how you were. No, not the nostalgia, not the like, oh my god, it's 90s. No. Remember all this crap that, you know, all this crap you know now, you think you know now? All these plans you have? Okay.
His name, Enigma, is a play on the Greek word for mystery, enigma. Fired from his job designing video games, Eddie Ashton changed his name. And
What the heck is this? This took a turn.
What's happening to Gotham?
We gotta download this. What do we get? What do we get, Batman? How do we make Batman cartoon maker current memes? All right, anyways. But that's an interesting comment. Too old? You know, like I said, I love the guy. I really do. You know, maybe with that false love, but we're speaking normally. Okay, come on, be normal. On normal, we'll get to that maybe. But Hey, supporters over there on Rumble. Cleaner, Mildegrue, Hague Report. You know you will be in the first class seats. All top contributors right now. It would be interesting if you used the robot voiceover. You know what you would love, Delighted to be here? I can speak in auto-tune for you if you want. But look, we're talking about something a little bit. We got time. You got time for me. We got time to develop. I mean, we got me for a few hours here. We're not in a rush, but look, we were talking about some of the vibes. You know how shallow people are, right? Look, if you ask me, how do I put it? It's like, I'm voting for Trump because I could see beyond all this silly stuff. And whether it's, if it's like a true revolution or not, it's just obviously the better choice. And on that too, the people kind of losing their faith or whatever for different reasons, or are requiring some kind of hand-holding. I'm not. I see past that, so I don't feel bothered by all that. I can see it's shallow, is what I'm trying to say. I can see it's shallow. But that being said, it's still politics, right? It's still the game. It's like, and I don't know. What do you guys think is this? Explains this. What explains this? This was like flipped after the attempted assassination. Can we see a graph on that? Can we see a graph on that? 90-day. Let's see here. Trump, as you can see, was 67 just 17th of July. When was the assassination attempt? Assassination attempt, Trump. Ooh, we got a Wikipedia article on it. Very nice. July 13th, check it out. July 15th, 69 cents. Harris, 12. Barely on the chart. Barely on the chart. No, I'm not trying to be a downer. I don't feel down. And then, whew, what's going on here? People are shallow, right? Vibes. They're not gonna see things. They're saying like Trump is weird. They're saying these things, and they got these big crowds that they paid off. They paid off rappers or whatever. They're like, yo, they paid off rappers. Look. They got young people. Look, they got this black influencer. Look, this is proof. They're DMing influencers. They're buying crowds. Look.
Sunday says she was hired by Protect Our Care, a progressive advocacy group that relies on anonymous donors. She made a video warning about Trump's second-term agenda.
They almost help you script it, right?
Right,
like,
definitely.
She takes their talking points and puts them into her own voice, saying she always discloses when she's being paid.
What's your rate?
So a video just for a creator in my size, an average can go from $3,000 to $10,000 depending and upwards.
Oh, look, it's proof. This is so fake. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Those people who were, I don't know if you could do that. Oh, they're just there to see Megan Thee Stallion, right, in Atlanta. It's Quavo. They just were there to see, I don't know, they were cheering on everything that Quavo was saying, and remember we were watching that together. And, you know, gelling with the whole thing. Let's be real. Whatever, we don't need to see. You know, Gen Z is stupid and afraid of making decisions. Choosing the candidate for them is good strategy. What do you mean by that, Carver? Hey, welcome. Falcony Court Carver. Birdie Bound Brian, thank you for the super chat. Seeing past things. Nice. Albert, welcome. Megan. So, what say you? Young Kamala Harris, right? Young vibes, no? Bonnie Vare, what the heck has this guy been up to? Apparently so he's a Grammy award-winning guy? Bon Iver. Isn't it Bonnie Vare, or is it Bon Iver? Justin Vernon, this guy, you know this guy. He knows like sad songs. He was like heartbroken. Right? Isn't that the whole basis of that album? He got like his heart broken, he went off to some cottage and then made the heartbreak album of the indie people this year, whatever. He was I guess that's what he's doing. He's stumping for Kamala. It's genius, Carver. Yeah, selecting for them Kamala is babying Gen Z so they could just sheep and not be accountable for making decisions. Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's genius. Oh, come on, man.
Show me what democracy looks like.
We need a little bit. Say it with your chest. Come on, man. Come on, man. Say it with your chest. Bonnie Vare. I mean, can he really say it with his chest? Maybe he never had. Maybe he never could say it with his chest. He just.
Come on, skinny love, just let's sing it.
Oh, dude, come on, man.
To pour a little salt we will never eat.
All right, man, come on, that's enough. Show me what democracy looks like. This is Bonnie Vare. They're trying to pacify you. Be passive. Some say I'm passive. Some say I'm trying to. Someone called me today. Well, someone called someone else today and told me that I think I'm just gonna pray. We think we're just gonna pray ourselves out of this mess. But what's the move? What are you gonna do? How do we get into this mess? How did this country, y'all, whatever, get into the mess? I still think it'll be just about impossible for Kamala to win because white women will not vote for a minority to govern them, no matter how liberal they think they are. We can only hope. At this, what is that? What we're running on? We can only hope. Everything is fake. Women hate women. No way they vote for another race to govern them. Can we? I don't know. These women are like. Oh, we gotta. Don't they love black women or what? Too jealous? Are we normal? Are we weird? Come on. We could be pretty weird, no? There's this guy named Q. Wasn't that a mess or is that real? It's not real. Come on. It's pedos everywhere. It's pedos. It's pedos everywhere and it's pedos everywhere. The earth is flat. Hey, shout out for flat earthers. Hey. Shout out flat earthers. The earth is flat. They put it. Hey, I love the conspiracy theorists. It's like a put yourselves in their shoes kind of moment, huh? What do you think? That's what they're saying, right? They're weird. Republicans, Project 2025. Where's Frederick? I'm reading that, by the way, sir. We could talk about it soon. It's an interesting take. Everything is fake. I sure hope so. I'm speaking now. Do you remember that? I'm speaking now.
He said because the president wanted people to remain calm.
Well, let's get.
No, but Susan, this is important,
Susan,
I want to add.
weigh in
But Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
I have to
I'm
weigh
speaking.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, let's talk about a PAC in the court then. Let's talk about the
Please.
PAC. Yeah, I'm about to. $400,000
He said he's
a
going to
year.
repeal the Trump tax cuts.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
Well, wait.
I'm speaking.
It'd be important if you said the truth.
If you don't mind letting me finish, we can then
Please.
have a conversation. Okay.
Didn't Pence handle her really well in this? Wait, whoa. Hold up. This is why we can't be judgmental. Is there some energy shifts? Is this smarmy teacher attitude working? Are the Republicans, I'm hearing some of these things, and some of these criticisms are making a lot of people online that I'm seeing on Twitter it's hitting something, because they're getting kind of peeved off about it. And the criticism is this, that they are getting mad, that they are looking kind of weird, that the criticisms that these people, Harris campaign is throwing at them, the couch stuff, he's weird. J.D. Vance is trashing, Middle America, what do we call it? You know, trashing the hillbillies in his book, Hillbilly Elegy, whatever, stuff I heard. And I'm like, I wonder if that's kind of true. I mean, let's take in the criticism. Why not? And then I'm looking online on Twitter, X, and it looks like the criticism is kind of hitting. It's just anecdotal, okay? That's how I'm taking it. But all that to say, this smarmy attitude, are we going to look to Pence? Are we actually going to go back and look to Pence for maybe some help here in this moment of, wow, they flipped it. It's Harris. It's not Biden. Well, the Trump campaign was ready for Biden. Are we gonna like dust off like an old book in the back and go, and it says Pence on it? And we're like, wait, we were wrong. We were wrong.
Well, let's get.
But Susan, this is important,
Susan,
I want to
have to
add.
weigh
But
in
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
I have.
Wait, hold on. This requires some investigation. Because look, the reason I'm even on this is Kamala Harris did something similar. It's going around right now, so she's all like, "I'm speaking," and it has to do with this these hecklers. Okay, Biden has been getting some of these hecklers too, and it has to do with these pro-Palestinian people. There's these rifts happening, and amongst the Democrats, their left has turned on Israel recently after October 7th and all that. They go out there and they go like, Biden, you can't hide. We won't vote for genocide or something like that. It's happening to Harris. I don't know if Biden's looked that good in all of these. At least according to Glenn Greenwald and others, they kind of agree that Biden hasn't looked that good in these moments. Kamala Harris did this "I'm speaking" thing, okay?
Intends to surrender our fight against
in the face of these
crisis,
hecklers.
and he intends to end the Affordable Care Act. You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that. Otherwise, I'm speaking.
Ooh. Now it's like silly, right? But you get mad at that, you lose. It's like Mama, Mean Girls, and you look like an idiot. You know what I mean? That's the energies we're up against. Do you see this, or am I being dumb? If you get mad at this, then you're like, oh, then now you look like a, beta loser. It's like the Mean Girls got you under your skin. Like, anyways, Where was I? She's bringing the protesters kind of under, reining them in here, don't you think? If you okay, you want to see Donald Trump with tyrant and all that, blah blah blah. Keep with your yelling, keep all that. This teacher, mamala energy, boss. I don't know. It might not be that. It might be closer than people think. We can't look dumb. We can't look mad. That's for sure. Mamala. And is the answer? Could it be? This requires some investigation. Pence. Are we to turn over under this stone that we may have discounted? Because didn't he handle her pretty well? Look, we gotta throw out convention, okay?
I'm going to show you where.
In what way is he not making sense? Everything is fake. You might be right. He says everything is fake. My chat says Trump is campaigning as a centrist. I think a lot of Dems could vote for him if he can just start making sense. And what do you say about the criticisms of him turning away from his original messaging, or you know, some say he's turning away from this populist, tougher messaging. Like a different energy. I'm not even describing that well. But look, Pence versus Kamala. Could it be?
Not being as lethal as the coronavirus. But before the end of the year, when Joe Biden was
he could be making sense.
President of the United States, not 7.5 million people contracted the swine flu. 60 million Americans contracted the swine flu. If the swine flu had been as lethal as the coronavirus, in 2009, when Joe Biden was vice president, we would have lost 2 million American lives. His own chief of staff, Ron Klain, would say last year that it was pure luck that they did, quote, everything
so unlike
possible
Trump?
wrong. And we learned from that. They left the strategic national stockpile empty. They left an empty and hollow plan, but we still learned from it. And I think the American people...
Come on, give me the hits. Give me the hits. Come on. Show me the money.
The American people have witnessed, American people, when you have the courage.
No, this is Kamala Harris edit. We don't need a Kamala Harris edit. We need just like the news of that time. 6 years ago? What the heck? How old are you guys? What happened?
Applying for a job is a breeze when I can build my resume in the new Adobe Express mobile app.
I've been here for on and off for the last...
Oh no, not this. 3 years ago. Okay. That's a little better.
If you don't mind letting me finish.
Okay, here we go.
We can then have a conversation, okay?
Please.
Okay.
RIP finding non-agenda pushing YouTubers. You know, I'm actually just looking for kind of, this is perfect, The Guardian, because even with agenda pushing, remember the hits, it's what people remember, and even the fake mainstream media would. Anyways, maybe I'm wrong about that.
Greatest failure.
Pets may have the blueprint, okay? Don't discount it just
well,
yet.
why didn't y'all tell anybody?
Y'all tell anybody.
The vice president failure
damn,
of any
Kamala.
presidential administration in the history
well,
of our country.
Excuse me, little lady.
The vice president said, when asked, well, why didn't y'all tell anybody?
Oh.
He said, because the president wanted people to remain calm.
Well, let's get
no, but Susan, this is important.
Susan,
I want to
have to
add,
weigh
but
in
if,
here.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking.
I have to
I'm
weigh in.
speaking.
But why'd it go? The Guardian, figure out your video.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
Well, I mean, I thought we saw enough of it in last week's debate, but I think this is supposed to be
Okay,
a
I think
debate
you're right. Regime videos.
based on fact and truth. And the truth and the fact is, Joe Biden has been very clear.
We need to hear
coming
Pence
for you.
speak.
The question. So I think.
Okay,
26 on your pre-existing
It's
condition.
nonsense. Thank you.
They're coming for you. If you love someone who has a pre-existing
It's nonsense.
condition,
Thank you. Thank
they're
you, Senator
coming
Harris.
for you. If you are
Nonsense.
under the age of 26 on your parents' coverage, they're coming for you.
It's time to
Classic
get out
case
of your
of
mama's
changing
house.
the rules. You're going to change the rules. Now, you've refused to answer the question. Joe Biden has refused to answer the question. So I think the American people would really like to know, if Judge Amy Coney Barrett is confirmed to the Supreme Court of the United States, are you and Joe Biden, if somehow you win this election, going to pack the Supreme Court to get your way?
I'm so glad we went through a little history lesson. Let's do that a little more. In 1864.
Well, I'd like you to answer the question.
Mr.
Yes,
Vice President, I'm
please,
speaking.
very
I'm
fast.
speaking. Okay. Let's talk about packing the court then. Let's talk about the
Please.
fact. Yeah, I'm about to. That of the
Okay, that. Please.
President, I'm
Please,
speaking.
very
I'm
fast.
speaking.
So look, she's like, she's kind of reacting here.
Okay. Let's talk about
Like the first time speaking, maybe.
packing the court then.
But now he's all under her skin.
Let's talk about the
Please.
fact. Yeah, I'm about to.
Ooh.
That of the 50 people who President Trump appointed to the Court of Appeals for lifetime appointments, not one is black. This is what they've been doing. You want to talk about packing a court? Let's have that discussion.
All right, thank you.
What the?
Thank you, Senator. The officers then fired more than 20 rounds into the apartment. They say they were acting in self-defense.
Why did they bring the volume down for her and him?
None of them have been indicted in connection with her death. Senator Harris, in the case of Breonna Taylor,
Tamika Pond, beautiful.
Okay, Breonna Taylor, we know.
Are
Okay.
bad for good cops.
Let's see if we get another exchange.
We need reform of our policing in America and our criminal justice system.
Well, our heart breaks for the loss of any innocent American life. And the family of Breonna Taylor has our sympathies.
Oh, maybe this is
But-
not a good clip.
I trust our justice system, a grand jury that refused the evidence. And it really is remarkable that as a former prosecutor, you would assume that an impaneled grand jury looking at all the evidence got it wrong. But you're entitled to your opinion, Senator.
Senator Harris.
The
Oh,
prosecutor
dang, so, I mean, actually, he kind of handled that well, no?
that refused the evidence. And it really is remarkable that as a former prosecutor, you would...
Because he brings it back to her. Hold on.
But I trust our justice system, a grand jury that refused the evidence. And it really is remarkable that as a former
A grand jury.
But I trust our justice
Law and order.
system, a grand
That's what they're trying to do now, right? Oh, these guys are going against democracy.
jury that refused the evidence. And it really is remarkable that as a former prosecutor, you would assume that an impaneled grand jury looking at all the evidence got it wrong. But you're entitled to your opinion, Senator.
Senator Harris.
I will not sit here and be lectured by the Vice President. Last week, the President of the United States took a debate stage in front of 70 million Americans and refused
That may be true. He may have eaten a fly.
to condemn white supremacists.
Not true.
And
Not true.
it wasn't like he didn't have a chance. He didn't do it, and then he doubled down. This is who we have as the President of the United States. In America, you deserve better.
You're concerned that he doesn't condemn neo-Nazis. President Trump has Jewish grandchildren. His daughter and son-in-law are Jewish. This is a president who respects and cherishes all of the American people.
Joe is about saying we're going to
Potential threat.
I don't know. What do you think? Is this a man, like, you know, he's married, right? It's like, honey, you're being ridiculous. Honey, you're being ridiculous. It's kind of energy, no? Is that the answer to Mamala? Anyways, we might have to do some investigation on that. That might require some investigation. Honey, that's ridiculous. The government isn't going to make America better. What do you mean? Can't vote? No, you're right. Who are you? I may not have some interesting facts or anything on that, but look, I can't help but think about how, I guess people say they woke up, you know? They saw Trump run, and let's say, for example, you see how corrupt the government is. I mean, the instinct would be, what can I do in the government to affect change, I guess? Oh, they made us weak. They made us poor. So shouldn't you be all the more watching, you know, sacrificing, watching your own corruption and how much you spend and all that? It comes back to us. Who are you? Is that what you mean? Who are you? Who are you? Yeah, no, don't worry. I don't even know why I have Ableton up. I have Ableton up because I was going to speak in auto-tune for Delighted to Be Here. Can I do that? Hold on. Do we still have auto-tune? Come on. We need the auto-tune. No? Oh, it's not on. I swear I have a license. I know they went subscription, but I'm signing into my Antares account for you, Delighted to Be Here. Because we gotta sing in the auto-tune. Auto-tune the news. Do we have to auto-tune the news? Nick, should X be accessible to under 18s? I don't know if I'd recommend my. You see some adult material on X, it seems like, more than other places, but unless you have like some major parental controls on every device or something like that, what's the strategy here, I guess? What's the mentality? How should you raise a kid? Is it, let me block everything? I feel like that would kind of put a bug in their ear. It would kind of plant a seed of, oh, so this is the tree of knowledge, the tree of knowledge of good and evil, right? Oh, so everything you blocked is the tree of knowledge. Okay, I'll definitely never want to eat from that tree. What do you think? I'll definitely. Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, don't worry. I'll definitely never, ever, ever be tempted to eat from that tree. I deleted my account already. It's like 4chan. No way should that be accessible to those under 18. It's kind of useful, no? Especially if you use it like kind of pointedly. Like I was saying the other day, I heard from somebody to do this, and I did it. I have a couple different accounts that just only follow specific things. Nick, go on your For You page. No, I don't want to do that. Not on stream. Although here's the thing, everything is fake. Now, I don't want to judge, but look. It's the For You page. Is it really X.com that's the problem? Or is it you, my friend? You know what I mean? The algorithm does not lie. You know what? Don't go on your For You page. You know what I mean, man? I don't, like, even the Jesse Lee Peterson For You page can have some crazy stuff sometimes. And okay, what the, So let me see. Let me go down my For You page. Not on stream though. Just here on my second monitor. Okay, wait. You have to see this. You telling me X is not a good website? And then the comments. Don't get me started on the comment. It's like people just post crazy things. You'll be like watching a funny video. You'll scroll down. What are people saying about it? It's like hardcore. Bro, I had it, and the first day I see gore and corn and racist memes, and I was like, what the F? So who needs a sanitization of their algorithm? And where is the source? Everything is fake. What are you putting out that's causing this algorithm to respond to you in this way? Or is that messed up? We need algorithm cleansing.
Welcome to Relaxation 101. Please take a seat and relax and enjoy this tape. Brought to you by M&S. Feel the sun. Thank you. I want you to imagine a lake with a boat right in the center. Imagine you're on that boat, looking up at the sky, looking up at the birds passing by. Imagine that you're one of those birds.
This is very experimental content.
Soaring over the Himalayas, and you look down and you see a man, and he's sewing.
Okay, we're done with that. Yeah, I definitely, it cuts off before it gets interesting. I definitely wish it was someone else, but maybe this is some of what you're talking about. Everything is fake. It's just violence. What a mess. Yeah, I do notice I do click on, like, I'm not interested in certain stuff, but I remember for the longest time I was getting Cardi B stuff, and I'm like, I'm not interested. I'm sick of seeing, like, and there was nothing I could do.
This carefully.
Yeah, I mean, it's Olympic stuff. It's like GOP circle jerk stuff. More women, Olympics. Look at this, women with tattoos. And look, everyone's talking about this. Oh my God, she's so hot. Polish girl, she's so hot. Oh my God, she's a runner, and she did this. Did you see her? Did you see her while she was when she was getting ready for that race? The way she was standing, bro. And I'm not saying she's not pretty, but look, come on, the graffiti, look. Anyway, look, athletes, absolute athletes. But that's an interesting comment from Jesse earlier. No, it's like all the Olympics coverage is like these women. Maybe it's what gets the hits, it's what gets the clicks. Come on, look, they got another click just now. See, I dare you to go to the replies. Yeah, no, we can't do that. We can't do that, but Twitter, you know, it might be interesting. It definitely is. Come on. But where was I? No auto-tune for you, delighted.
As I said, Susan,
we're done with Mike Pence. Oh, what's up, Steve? Sorry, I didn't see you there on hold. I don't think you were holding too much. Steve out of New Jersey. How you been, sir?
I'm doing well, man. How are you?
All is well. No complaints.
That's awesome. I'm enjoying this Thursday nighttime. I haven't been following the Bond network or anything like this. What's up with the change?
Nothing, man. Just switching it up for various reasons. Always wanted to develop the night thing more. Some say it's the best. Some say it's the best stuff I do. But if you know, it's for various reasons. But cooking some stuff up. Been wanting to see what the nighttime hours are like during the week as well.
Yeah, there's definitely a different view, a different crowd when you do things at night. So I want to kind of jump right into what I wanted to ask you, because you were talking about like Trump's rhetoric and how he's kind of changing up. We may have missed that maybe Mike Pence was, the guy we all should have been talking about. But have you followed this Valentina Gomez woman that ran in Missouri?
If I may, I don't think I said all that. Just to be fair, I don't know if I said all that about Trump, like he's not. And then about Pence, I was just joking. Like, I'm basically commenting on what seems to be like a chickens running around, the energy of like running around with chickens, like their heads cut off type energy I'm getting from the Trump campaign area right now. It's like, whoa, this was a big flip. Harris, what? We weren't prepared for that. And I'm just making a joke about how I wonder if the playbook is in a very the last place we would think it was with Pence and the way he dealt with her in that debate. But sir, you were saying.
No, I'm getting where you're going with it, because I've definitely seen the talk of people saying, the energy is off and it's not in the same direction like it used to be. And my example that I want to bring, my two people want to bring up is Valentina Gomez. She was all over Twitter for however long she was running for that position. And, she's just being very, very vulgar with the words, just kind of being super crazy with the stuff that she was saying. And obviously it's going to generate attention right now. But a small fringe group of people are really into that stuff. So if you're trying to get on the ballot and you're trying to get the nomination, not even like the actual race, like just to get on the ticket, you should kind of tone it down a little bit, not to the point where you're passive and you seem weak and you're appealing to the wrong things, but, looking at what she did and then looking like what Ian Smith did in New Jersey, neither of them even got the nomination because of the rhetoric at the time. You're not going to win a vote by doing that. And so, it's interesting that people are saying Trump has changed up, this and that. It's not to seem like it was. Like, I don't know what the right approach is in terms of, how somebody's supposed to approach from the right when everywhere you look, it's like it's not getting any traction whatsoever. That's why I'm curious to see what you were talking about. Like, what do you think is a different approach to all that instead of just spewing all the right words and just saying all this, the social conservative stuff, because you still got to be a politician and actually run stuff at the end of the day.
This is an interesting question, man. You're activating the neurons. So I was thinking about some of this stuff, and I got some links to show you. I want your thoughts on this, but you said not get, and I am aware of who you're talking about. This Valentina Gomez, she has this style that like it feels like it's like she was looking at the internet, was like, how do I appeal to the internet Nazis, I guess. And
right.
And not to discount it too. It's like it wasn't even that bad. I'm definitely putting way too much behind that. But it's definitely an alternative approach, and I feel like you brought her up previously, haven't you? And this kind of similar, or at least a similar theme of people appealing to the most radical, if I may summarize, the most radical parts of the right, and it hurting them. Didn't you bring something up like this before?
Not necessarily her. I haven't brought her up, but I brought up Ian Smith multiple times.
Ian Smith,
before.
Yeah, it was
because
Ian Smith.
it was the same. It was the same thing with him, where he was just getting told by people, because I helped him campaign, and I was kind of like listening in, just kind of all the conversations and seeing everything, and it was the same thing. It's like, hey, just tone down the rhetoric until you get the nomination. Then you can amplify it and try and go after the actual Republican voters. But I think one of the things that really did him in was the fact that people just weren't ready to vote for him, in a primary race, just given what he was saying. Now, to most people like you and I would be like, oh, yeah, that's awesome. But again, it's like you could still tiptoe around that, still get on the ticket, and then slowly, introduce it to people. I think what's happening with Trump and why people are kind of going the wrong way is, not going the wrong way, they're kind of looking at him in the wrong way, is that they don't see him doing that, very aggressive, very crazy approach. And like you said, whoever is with him, they don't have that same drive or that same vision that he does. So it's like a catch-22. Sometimes the advisors know what they're talking about, sometimes they don't. To that point, though, it's like they're still acting like the worldly people with the the Christian and then the right-sided words. Like, it doesn't seem like they've been ordained or touched by God, as like some people are saying. They're acting in the right way, and that's just my observation with it.
I gotcha. You also said that it's not getting any traction. What do you mean by that?
So, what not getting traction in the sense that, like, look how many voters turned out to vote for Valentina. Look how many voters turned out to vote for Ian Smith. Look how many voters have turned out, even for other people in other areas. The low voter turnout for these very fringe, right candidates is still very low. So I can understand if, like, she came in second, or even if Ian Smith came in, like, second place, the turnout for that is still very low. It gains traction in, like, viral sense and boosting, like, on Twitter numbers, but in the true voter sense, it's not bringing those people out.
So what do you think if, let's do a what if Trump lost, what will you say it was because? It was because he was too, he was too, Valentina Gomez about too radical, too, whistleblower, whatever, and they should have catered more to, I don't know, been more moderate and catered to minorities, or what would you say, Why would you say he would lose in this what if scenario, or because he was too liberal and didn't run on that same populist, like this is a criticism I've heard. I don't even know if I fully agree with it, but would you say that he lost because in this what if scenario he lost because he went away from being this for the nation, nationalist, populist guy, blah blah blah?
I don't really have a clear answer to that, and why is because obviously I've heard the same criticism that you were talking about. Like, he abandoned his base. He, the people that were voting for him, he's quote unquote turning on them. He's becoming a shill for many different countries, and I don't know if I can say how much I can say on YouTube anymore. But all those different things, again, even when you zone out and you look at that, I still believe that that's still a very small percentage of the people that are voting for him and do support him and do go to his rallies and do all that. So if he were to lose, I don't know. I think it's just because there's an apathy and there's a demoralization amongst most people voting in general. And this is just in Republican politics where they just don't want to turn out and vote. And I've said this and I've seen it. I don't know if it's a rhetoric thing, but the whole sum of it is I don't have the answer. But what I've seen is the low voter turnout to the county elections, to the municipal elections, to the primary elections. They're so low in comparison to the left that it doesn't almost matter, like the rhetoric that you change or your approach, it's still just going to get lost because people aren't turning out to vote. You get what I'm saying? Like, I guess, know.
Yeah. No, yeah. I totally hear what you're saying, and I'd like to hear what you then. I mean, are you saying then that he, if they were to ask you, you'd say, hey, be more moderate because this is politics?
Here's how I would approach it. Like, this is me in my if politics was a video game and I had to create a character and go ahead and create a campaign, I honestly would just play the card of just avoid. Because the thing is that when people ask these hard questions, they want answers, but you don't have to always answer to them. And the reason why is that you have to answer to them in very specific ways, because you have a lot of people that are on the fence about a lot of issues like abortion, about gay rights, just like kind of the hot topic issues. Whereas if you come out gung-ho, like I said, Valentina, where she's throwing the slurs around and going out against it and saying all these things like outright, you don't give people the opportunity to consider, hey, where's this man's heart at? Because honestly, like, again, I've always said, look at what Trump has done by his actions and the things that he did when he was president versus what he was actually saying. Now it's kind of turning into people want to see more what you're saying rather than your actions. And it's like, bro, Democrats are still outworking Republicans in most cities because they're still doing things. Regardless of the crazy stuff they support, it's like you should dance around these topics. And I even saw somebody in the local election here run on like a Christian ticket and everything else. And again, he provided no solutions. It was all about the social politics, the hot button topic issues. It's like, but again, how are you going to outwork the Democrats? How are you going to show that I'm better with your money and the utilities and the things that I'm supposed to provide to you as a government, as a public servant, than somebody who you've been voting for 15, 20 years and you've never put any thought to? It's almost in a way, it's like that stuff needs to get stripped away And when it comes up in questions, just be like, I don't know, I'm reconsidering or something, like some generic answer until it's the right time to say it. You know, keep people on their toes is how I see it. But every Republican thinks that, like, oh, I got to speak out the truth. I got to speak out evil and call it out everywhere it is. It's like, yeah, but that's not helping you get any further in politics. You get what I'm saying?
I do, and I think it's clear now what you're saying, and it makes sense. It's I think a strategy, you know, something to think about for sure. I feel like with Trump, not even discounting anything you're saying, I feel like with Trump there's some disconnect here in that, for example, I don't think there's any tiptoeing that he does or needs to do in this sense, in that he really isn't like this 4chan guy, you know, like he really isn't like when he says that I'm gonna be dictator the first day, the nod is tongue-in-cheek, and there's probably even an admiration of great men, you know, and great can mean terrible, you know what I mean? I can see Trump respecting a figure like that in history, but himself tiptoe is like, I don't even like abortion, for example. He really does want to just give it back to the states. He really is kind of pro-choice, let's put it in that way, if you wanted to put it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
so
I'm
this
following on
tiptoeing,
that, yeah, sure.
there's where that doesn't fit, and also the fact remains that this was already there was already a field test of what you're talking about in 2016, and that was his, what, if I may summarize it here, let me just say Trump's message. Maybe could lay it out better, maybe, but whatever it is, people, it was, it worked. That's what I'm trying to say. Is people, it got him presidency, okay, and I'm sure there was plenty of, you gotta like tone down your messaging to that time as well. So all that to say that there's a way to do what you're saying, I think, but not go back on it. You know, not be weak on your word, on what you believe. And people, I think that matters more to at least Trump's base. And I'm not even saying that he's gone back on anything. I personally, I don't know, what can I say? I think I see him as the same guy, honestly, if you ask me. There might be some really the same problems with 2016. This GOP machine is bigger than we even know. This shadow deep state, it's crazy. But you know, you read out Agenda 47, and anyway, I'm rambling at this point. Where was I? You follow me, man? It's like Trump, he's not yeah, this softening messaging thing, it won in 2016. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't have the right answer for it, but I do think that, I don't think he's changed either. I still think he's the same man. You know, he may have softened up in his approach and, like I said, his rhetoric a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know what the, you know, I don't want to come off as the despair and the same like discouraged person too. It's like, no, I kind of feel very hopeful with it, because I still do think there's other avenues. I don't know if people have possibly explored, but like in 2016, I remember watching this one documentary. He was just throwing stuff at the wall and was just seeing what was going to stick. So he totally read the room. He totally was able to go into his rallies, figure out what to say. He developed, you know, Make America Great Again, like on the fly, which was fantastic. But again, now we're kind of, you know, as everybody says, where's the magic? Where's the energy? And I'm like, that doesn't matter if you're still not getting the same voters to turn out in numbers compared to the Democrats. And to that, I still always say that'll be the biggest problem, regardless of where you stand on an issue or whatever it is. If that doesn't change, I don't know. I don't have the answer for that. That's just what I've assessed, you know, politically, why I personally also think Republicans are losing. They just don't have the numbers.
I hear you, Steve. Stuff to smoke on, sir.
Yeah, get high to that.
Right on, sir. Appreciate your call. I'm going to move the wheels here. Anything else you want to say?
No, that's it. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Take care. 844-900-2229 if you want to call the show. We got, I believe, Kaya. Is this Kaya?
Nope, this is Brian.
Oh, what the? It says Alberti.
You hear me?
Anyways. I see you. How you doing, sir? Appreciate your call, Brian. You're on the air.
You hear me?
I hear you. You hear me?
Yeah, it's like a little fuzzy, but I can hear you.
What the? Test, test, test. How's that?
We're working all right. We're working all right. I'm gonna keep it quick. I like the show. Your caller called in earlier talking about Trump and kind of, as far as I can hear, what he needs to do as far as securing votes and things like that. Do I gather that correctly, Nick?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry about that.
As far as I can hear, the last caller was talking about Trump and how he can secure more votes and kind of solidify people's minds a little bit better. Is that what I'm hearing?
Essentially, yeah. The thinking behind what maybe, there's essentially two ways of thinking about it. If Trump were to lose, is he losing because he turned away from a tougher nationalist, populist message where it was about the American stock, America first, and all that? Of course, the question remains, has he turned away from that? But some of the criticisms, those are the criticisms. The other way of looking at it is in this case of were he to lose, is it because he actually went too moderate and listened to these campaign advisors? And wait, I already said that one. Or the other way of thinking it, this is evidenced by the attacks from the left right now and the media. They're saying that Project 2025, they're too radical. They're trying to take away democracy. Is it because of that? So those are the two ways of looking at it for the people who aren't following. You know what I mean? Sorry, not you.
Well, I do know what you mean, and I think all of it is speculation, in my opinion. I think that Trump is the people who are hearing him. If you're not hearing him by this point and you still have discrepancies about what, in a general sense, he's about and what he's trying to tackle right now, I think that maybe you should take a look at what's important to you. And I think that Trump's got it in the bag. I don't think that whether he's appealing to other people's opinions or what they quote unquote think they're worried about is important. I think that Trump is worried about what is exactly needs to be worried about, which is the retainment of our country and what is good. And I think that he's already appealing to those people who are looking for that.
I mean, well, that's all speculation too, right? The election is not in. So what part is speculation exactly you're saying?
Say that again?
I said, what part is speculation exactly you're saying again?
I don't know what you mean by that.
You said that's all speculation about how Trump is affecting the electorate, basically.
I was speaking about the speculation that others have about whether or not he's doing what they want him to do.
Gotcha. But you're saying he's got it in the bag.
I think that he's already tending to the issues that need to be tended to. And I don't even know exactly what those issues are at the moment as far as seniority or what's priority or what's not priority. But when it comes to speaking to the people and speaking to who, I guess just kind of deciding who's going to vote for who and whether or not you're appealing to them, I think he's already doing what needs to be done, in my opinion. I don't think that he needs to adjust course or appeal to anybody specifically, or if he's saying something that somebody doesn't like, maybe they need to adjust what exactly is they're looking at and what's important to them.
True. I mean, that's how people are, right? But that the question remains: how many of those people are not going to do what you're saying? That the question remains, and I think it's a lot more than Trump's got it in the bag. I think it's a lot closer than that, much closer.
Oh, wait. So let me get this right. What you're saying is that there are a lot of people who are not necessarily understanding what Trump's doing, but still expecting him to do something else.
Or see him as the end of democracy, see him as whatever the people who are not voting for him are. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of those people. There's a lot of those people. You're saying people are going to vote for, whoa, what did you say? Essentially, people are going to vote. They're going to look at the issues or whatever and vote accordingly?
Well, I just think that people are looking at what's important, not just to them, but what's important to the country, which really is what's important to them. But most people don't see it that way. You know, a lot of people are selfish and kind of just want what's good for them. But I think for the majority, most people are seeing what's good for the country, which is also what's good for them. And
what makes you say that? You're saying that, so most people say most people are basically you're saying most people are they're seeing that they can vote Trump for the good of the country, not just themselves. And you're saying this is what's behind, you know, your statement that Trump has it in the bag.
I think that anybody that's behind Trump is behind him for that reason already. That's what I
think so. Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's a majority of the Americans, because I know personally that it's not the case, because I know what's happening in my little subdivision of life and with the people who I talk to. So I know that that's not the case, that most people in general are with Trump. But I think that most people that are with Trump are generally with Trump because they see what the real issues are in America and how he's already attempting to tackle them.
Yeah, I essentially agree with that. I think, yeah, I do agree. There's something about, if you're wearing like the MAGA hat, even if it's like for whatever the internet might say, oh, cringe or whatever, there's got to be something you're seeing. You don't just go Trump without something good making sense to you. Like Amber Rose, for example. You know what I mean? Oh, whatever. She's got tattoos on her head, like stupid. There's something good about what you're seeing, and that's our people. You know what I mean? That's fam.
Yeah, no, that's a good example. Amber Rose actually is a great example because of how outlandish her lifestyle is. As far as we know, of course, you know, we know. As far as we know, Amber Rose is this figure who comes with all of these ideas of what her lifestyle is like, based upon her words, of course, unfortunately. But that's a good example because I know people who are, I'll speak more specifically about, I know men who are somewhat decent in the way that they live their lives. You know, they work hard, they, you know, blah, 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 whatever you want to say, you know, that's decent. But at the same time, they have that hatred of Trump, so that, you know, they're on that other side. But the people who are already on the side, to make my point again, the people who are already on the side of Trump are already aware of what's being tackled or what needs to be tackled, already addressing that. So when I hear people come on and they go, oh, well, I'm not so sure about Trump, and I'm stuck on this issue, and he needs to tackle this issue, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, well, you're right. You're not really concerned with the big issue. You're more concerned with your...
Oh, yeah. That's such a good point.
Imagination of... You're more concerned with, like, what you think, what you yourself think is right, which is based upon an idea.
Man, that is... That's a way better way of putting it. I was saying it earlier. I see beyond the shallow reasons that people want to vote and don't want to vote for Trump. It's like the big picture. It's like, calm down. You got to vote for Trump. But you got to be a shallow person to be quibbling. And even though it's like big things, it's like, are we going to go to war with Iran or not? Who's going to do it? But at the same time, you know, it's like, are they going to go to war with Iran? Oh, so... I'm mad about that, so give the reins to Kamala Harris. Like, don't cringe right now. you're giving the reins over to the literal end of America faster. Do you want it faster? Like, don't be so black-pilled. Don't be so black-pilled. And it's like, I saw Amber Rose on Candace or something recently, and the left, I mean the right wing, and Trump is getting a lot of criticism by just association. They're getting it from their own side on Twitter and online, saying like, man, it's over. And it's and why? Because there was this clip of Amber Rose saying Trump he's like pro-choice. He's not weird like you got like the media and everyone's trying to say he is. He's not like weird and trying to be a dictator and all that. He's actually like kind of pro-choice and blah blah blah. And like Bryson Gray, and they're like, he's not even a Christian. Like, you know what I mean? Like instantly. But that vibe, that energy is kind of, maybe, I don't know if it's needed right now, but did we forget, y'all? It's like, just as easy as it is for you to say and go ask others, don't you love white people? Hey, you love white people, right? As easy as it is to do that, let's not forget, we love blacks, gays, white. You know what I mean? We should love them, right. and you know what, am I making some sense here? Like, we should love them, and to be cringing so hard at her may be a lesson. There may be a lesson there for us.
Well, Nick, for most people, most people really, really don't know what love is. And on top of that, you talk about people saying that, oh, don't you want to do this and show love for these people? Those people are people who have personal hang-ups. It's personal. It's not nothing to do with what's good for the good. It's what's personal. And when something is anything, it don't matter what it is. When you make something, shut up. Be quiet. When you make something personal, it ruins everything. You cannot make things personal.
Yeah, you lose. It's over. Doesn't matter how right you are. And imagine Bryson Gray running the campaign. I have no problem with Bryson Gray. No, really, no problem at all. But imagine him running the campaign. It's like, okay, so now Kamala Harris really does win. Because you're killing the babies. It's like, you got to give it up to the states. I thought that's definitely the right move. That's only something Trump would do, not like a out of control, like a super radical person. As much as maybe some of that vibe may be needed in some respect.
Yeah.
I'm still glad that a more calmer person. It'd be nicer to have like Trump with some of that like Alexander the Great dragon energy, but he's still like father boomer, from the boomer New York liberal with like a Groyper general, like a Groyper, that Groyper energy in somewhere in the side. But you still need Trump to rein it in.
I think he already has that. I think that we're just not seeing that. You talk about that Alexander the Great. It's already there. We're just not seeing that. That's a detail. As far as I can see, that's a detail. And only some people know about that. But I think that he already has that, and he's already displayed that, and he's unwavered as far as what he's going after. And anybody who is questioning that and is not just observing that, and maybe through your observation you may have some questions, you may have some things that you have something to say about, but other than that, everything is copacetic, and see, all is well with Trump.
Right on, sir. Well, okay, I appreciate your commentary on that. Anything else, Brian?
No, sir. That's all I got. I wish you well.
Yeah, man. Call me again.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace. 844-900-2229. We're getting all that info for you, Frederick. Project 2025. comparing it to Agenda 47. You know, we're reading through it. Nothing for you right now. Nothing to present, at least. Hey, thank you for all the Buy Me a Coffees. buymeacoffee.com/anchorbaby. Appreciate that, Kaya. Court Green, thank you so much. Amazing Asia, thank you so much for the coffee. Says, congrats on your baby. What? What? Congrats on your baby. She says, and congratulations on your wedding. What the? And I hope your wife knows she got a playa for life. And that's no bullishing. I know things. What are you talking about, Amazing Asia? Why are you trying to blow up my spot? No. That's just a buy me a coffee from Amazing Asia. I think she's mistaken. I think she meant to send that to someone else. Amazing Asia, you're tripping. No, it's not true. I'm not having a baby. I can't get pregnant. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Anyways. All right. But that's a whole bunch on the betting markets. There's been a flip in the market. You know, whatever. We don't believe in all that, right? I don't disbelieve or not believe, but there's the facts on the betting markets and some flipping on some stuff. The opinion, but you saw it. The crowds out there for Kamala. You could say it's a paid actors. It's just paid actors. You could say all you want. I mean, I think some people are just emotional. Because that's what we've been talking about. Here's your information. Kamala on the hecklers, reining in those left protesters. There's some news for you. What do you want from me? Blaka. But let's like switch gears a little bit in the last bit. Can we talk about like hackers? Can we talk about modern day hackers and like the being a rebel in the world right now? Or do I have to give you some? Do you need some information, huh? You need the news. You getting married? Amazing, Mena says. Thank you for that, Mena. I'm not having a baby. I can't have a baby. That's not how it works. But you guys are so nice with the super chats and the marriage. Congratulations. That's like stolen valor if I keep getting super chats about that. That's not fair. I'm like getting false super chats. You're super chatting under false pretenses. Stop. You're super chatting under false pretenses. What? Little bambinos have little anchor babies? Are they still anchor babies? How many generations till they stop being anchor babies, or will they always be half anchor baby? And then the generation after that, quarter anchor baby. I mean, technically, I'm only half anchor baby, by way of my mother. What? That's not how that works. Yeah, false rumors. It's getting me paid, but one day Knit will help create an American. One day, far down the road, don't you think, Terry? Similar to the quilt, the race quilt the Spaniards cooked up. You know? Castizo, mestizo. Isn't there a pathway? Do you think there's a pathway to American? Folks, if you were privy to some more information, the pathway may be closed. It depends on who you ask. Some of these racial people, they're very, very, very knowledgeable about race, and they're more knowledgeable than I am. I'm not going to sit here and call them racist, like the media or anything. I'm not going to do that. But they would. It depends on who you ask. They'd say it might be impossible for me at this point. But I mean, you're not privy to the information I know, and at this point, that's just confusing. So, look, maybe more on that in the future. Just don't super chat into false pretenses. I'm not getting married. That's not what's happening. Hackers. Okay, because what do you guys think about the preppers? I don't know, Nit. I love immigrants. They can be better citizens than people who take America for granted. Nick needs to be a dad. We got... What do you think about preppers? Smart, based preppers. Oh, yeah, we got the based preppers. They're so based. Or do you need information? Do you need news? I can't just chill and talk. We got preppers. They're based, right? We love the preppers. We love the preppers. But can I say something? They may not make it. They may not make it. The prepper's always prepping. I should get to know one. I know. I'm a prepper. We love you, Gizmo. Now, maybe I'm not talking about you. Maybe I'm not talking about you, the preppers in my chat. Because if I may not know. Prepping, I would think that you would evolve. I'll prep another beer, says Bob Dillo. Prepping is smart, but you can never cover all your bases. I ain't preppy. Unless you're rich. Interesting, KT. Yeah, I'd say you can't really. But, Serrano preppers. Okay, come on. That's hilarious. What's that, Kale? What's the tribulation? Could you explain for us the tribulation? What is the tribulation, and how will I know when I'm going through it? Oh, you gonna know when you're going through the tribulation. I'm too old to be a prepper, huh? I'm reading my chat, folks, but look, preppers. I'm gonna take. Let me just take it as the word, prepping, prepper. I would think the preppers, they would change with the times, right? They evolved. Why? Because in my mind, I also have maybe no, I don't know if it's a pejorative, but in my mind, I have an image of a prepper. They got food, and they got flannels. Maybe a bunker. They got off-the-grid type mentality, off-the-grid technology type stuff, off-the-grid skills. Should it all collapse? Now, tell me if I'm crazy. But I think the preppers are not going to make it. That's not like the world, the incoming world. I don't see it like that, dude. What do you guys think? That's just sci-fi. It's just all gonna collapse, and it's like you're gonna be an infection. It'll be like COVID times a million, and it's like all the society will collapse, and you're gonna be like, it's gonna be like The Walking Dead, but like without zombies, or maybe it'll even be with zombies. You never know. And I was I remember I had like a month where I was fascinated with the end of the world. I don't know what it was. It was like Shark Week. You know how they have Shark Week on what, Discovery Channel? And they just do sharks. They just cover sharks. I was just like covering like end of society, and like, has it ever happened? And it's kind of it's a pretty rare thing. Like, society doesn't collapse even after war, famine, world wars. Like, you still go to work. Yeah, some horrible things happen. Yeah, maybe you go through horrible things. Maybe society turns into something you never thought it would, but it still marches along. And you still gotta pay your bills. You gotta find somewhere to rest. You gotta eat. And the prepper in my mind is not gonna make it. Look, there's no one overthrowing these governments. I don't feel scared of that. That doesn't make me feared. Everything I read about from Jesus and all that, he's not talking about overthrowing the government. The Bible says to obey authority. It says that all authority in Romans, right? It talks about how all authority is from God, and that you should, that they are a servant for your good, and that if you do right, if you do what is right, you will be commended. Do you want to be free from from fear of the one in authority? Then just live right. That's what the Bible says. So I'm not concerned. That's silly. So that's why I can talk about this. But yeah, there's no one overthrowing the government. Have you been looking around? There's no one overthrowing the government. Like, I'm just trying to say that they're gonna put the cameras everywhere. It's like the preppers are like an uncontacted tribe. It's just a matter of time, and you're really just allowed to exist. Uncontacted tribes, you're just allowed to exist. The preppers, what? Let me know, unless I'm mouthing you. Are the preppers evolving? Are they like learning packet injection? You know what I mean? I disavow packet injection, FBI, and CIA and stuff. Not me. But you know, man, I'm going too cyberpunk with it, but the preppers got to know how to packet inject, how to hack into Wi-Fi's, even if they're banned. Yeah, I disavow that. But here, let's start with level 1 hacking. Flipper Zero. You know about the Flipper Zero by now, right? I've told you about it. Doom and gloomer. Lame.
Flipper Zero versus Panda Express.
It's like it's a cool little device. A lot of tech packed into it. And I believe you either can get knockoffs now, but I think they were like, did they take them off Amazon? Flipper Zero. If you can get your hands on one, I kind of suggest you get one, maybe. I mean, if you're kind of into this stuff.
Will someone explain this ruffian present? Yes, Your Majesty. After breaking into the palace kitchen, this knave...
Amazon bans Flipper Zero, so yeah, wondering if you could still get one, but it's a cool little thing. You see, there's a lot, the world around us, what people don't realize. Here's what people don't realize. The world we live in, the world around us is not as secure as you think. It's actually far from it. You think 911 is just a call away. It's true. It's true. But the reality is, when you look at funding, when you look at recidivism, when you look at what types of murders, for example, don't get solved, you know, because usually murders is like passionate, it's someone you know. But if there's like no connection, and you do, and look, I'm not advocating for this, obviously. I'm making a point. If you know and you cover a certain bases, the police literally have very, very little recourse to random violence, for example, random terrorism. Look, what I'm trying to say is with people, with violence, what it comes down to is speed and motivation. And if someone has it, very little you could do to plan for it. And so that being said, on the violence and all that, I also mean that about the world around us in terms of security, in terms of just simple locks, mentalities. For example, if you wore a high visibility vest, if I wore a high visibility vest, you know how many places I can get into with the right attitude, with the right mentality, and if I just wore one of these and maybe some other accoutrements. This is what I mean about the world not being as secure as you think. And speaking on Flipper Zero and hacking and all that, that's what the modern prepper is. They're like, how do I put this? You guys get the vibes, right? You know what I mean? You guys get the vibes I'm putting out, right? Let me put it like this. Let me see if I can find this fascinating. Oh my gosh, what is it? What was it called? There was this conference. It was like this little underground conference of people interested in, and they had a term for it, and it has to do with basically white hat hacking. It's not exactly white hat hacking, but but it has to do with like breaking the world around you, as in analog ways, even not just digital, but in a lot of common locks around you. For example, there's a key you can buy on eBay right now, probably. What was it called? I think I have it saved somewhere. I know I saved this somewhere, not for any sordid reasons. It's just fascinating. But there's like literally a key you could buy on eBay, and this be low-tech hacking, exactly. This key opens up like so many security boxes, or for example, it opens up like the most common apartment buzzer, entrance buzzing system in the world. Because this stuff, there's monopolies and becomes proprietary. There become in certain industries, certain technologies become industry standard. And so you get if there's only 2 or 3 companies that make these security boxes, telecom boxes at the lobbies of apartments, then they all have the same key, and these keys got copied so much you can find them on eBay, and you know that this wire, you know what I mean, opens up these. Now you got access to an insane amount of apartment buildings in America. And there's this amazing video that it's just interesting. It's like, what's the point? Whatever, man. Go watch something else. It's like, this is just interesting, and you gotta see it. Oh God! So, where is it? What was it called? It was one of those cool finds. Oh. I'm so close, but yet so far. Where will I find this? Hey, thank you, Carver. Says, in Minecraft. Don't quit, endure till the end. What, until I find this video? We got 15 minutes. Come on. Never gonna find this. Hacking. Add them reflect vest to the Bond merch. You want Bond merch, reflective visible do we need Bond merch? High vis Bond merch? Do we need high vis Bond merch? High vis vest Bond merch. We might. I feel like I'm close. Hold on. All of this looks so familiar. These videos. Lock picking. DEFCON? No, that's not it. Alright, whatever. Open Line Friday tomorrow, folks. Don't miss it. Jesse Lee Peterson on the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. I'm on the Bond Network. Gonna be live tomorrow at 6 a.m. So I'll be going home shortly here. Get ready for the morning. City workers would wear them. I kind of like the idea, honestly. Let me search my notes. I feel like I may have something in my notes about this. Hackathon? Hackathon? Was it called that? Hack. What was it? Hacking. Whatever. Bond hair scrunchies. So bond hair, no problem. Birdie Bound Brian, thank you for your call. 844-900-2229 in the last few minutes of the show. 844-900-BABY. Bond hair scrunchies for the girlies. We need, yo, Bond. No. Calm down. Take me to your dealer. Calm down. Take me to your dealer. Yeah, we could definitely calm down. We need some tinfoil hats, Harmony, for Bond merch. These are some good Bond merch ideas. Some of these are 18 plus. Yeah. No, Kale, the flippers, the Bond Flipper Zeros. Yeah. Bond Flipper Zeros. It's basically, it packs in NFC, these different technologies, and it lets you kind of do some, like, let's say you wanted, if you basically mess around with screens, a lot of screens and monitors. It really depends, though. It really depends. Some of those people messing with public monitors, like at a McDonald's, they're actually using the universal remote function in the Flipper Zero, and that's like really, really low tech. Like, anyway, you could buy a universal remote. They've been around forever. It's like infrared. I forget what it is. It's a public, it's standardized language, universal remote, and what it just gives you you get to change the channel on the McDonald's monitor. It's annoying, sure. But there's other things you could do with it. There's some pretty cool things you could do with it, especially with the Wi-Fi stuff. Now, when all of us get banned from the American Wi-Fi, the American United Wi-Fi, or the globalist Wi-Fi, for for saying we love Jesse Lee Peterson, and to overcome anger, that the problem with people is not racism, it's not that the problem that all people have, even Christians, is anger, etc. Once we get banned on the global internet for that reason, we're going to need to know packet injection. You might want to have a Flipper Zero, because you're going to need the internet to buy food. Cancelled for uniting the races with truth. Imagine that. Hey, these are good merch ideas. I wrote some of these down. I really wish I could find you this video. Let's see. I keep scrolling because these all look really similar to the video I'm looking for, but it's just not. I just know it. It's just not.
Hacking with Flipper Zero nowadays, this is a trend, okay, in 2024. Everyone wants this Flipper Zero device and they want to test the technology nearby. There are many examples such that, right? And in the coming video, I'm going to show you, okay, like the complete capability of Flipper Zero. Let's focus today what we are going to see. So I am currently in hotel. Actually, I came here for offline training.
Hotel.
regarding hardware hacking.
Oh, I think I found it. I think I found it. It's called InfoSec. It's called pen testing. That's what you call it. Pen testing. Penetration testing. Security exercises, basically. It's how you get into cybersecurity and other security industries. Pen testing. And pen testing, I found the video, folks. I found it.
And again, I'm going to stay long, okay, in this hotel, and definitely if I'm staying long, definitely all security, okay, I'm going to check it. So today I'm going to focus on this hotel card. So I'm not going to show you the hotel name, but this is the card, okay, which I'm going to test it. Okay,
that's right, RFID. So the Flipper Zero can basically, let's say you find someone's key fob, you can scan their key fob, copy the key, and then your Flipper Zero becomes a repository for any RFIDs that you've collected, and you can recreate that RFID and use it to get into different doors, a hotel room. I mean, hotels, they switch those RFIDs. I mean, those are always cycled. They've thought of these things, but just so you know.
Application, and you can see right now we don't have any updates. Just click here in this button, and just again one more time, so you can see that different things here.
So that's that, but this is the video. We're gonna have to get into this another day.
Strike plate holds the door shut. If you lean, it shouldn't be. But the funny thing, people time, who's a T-Mobile customer? So you have shit for service out here. Yes, enjoy it. It's my thought that John's actual plan was just to bring us all here, his most elite friends who travel the world and have no service in a place like this, so we have to use an open Wi-Fi network. He's just poning us all as we speak. So yeah, many of us have fun gigs though. Many of us have really fun jobs. People come up to me a lot and they say, oh my gosh, Deviant, physical security and breaking in, your job is so cool, I like it.
RFID, you've used it. Have you ever paid Apple Pay? Have you ever used Apple Pay? Tap. It's a radio. It's like a radio language. It's like a standardized radio language that allows devices to communicate in many ways, wirelessly. Like a key fob, like a hotel key.
And yes, I get it, right? Like being the break-in guy is fun. If you've never met me.
But what does RFID mean? What does it stand for? Radio frequency identification.
I run a covert entry team, Robert, Bobek, and our crew of hooligans in places we shouldn't be. But the funny thing, people kind of romanticize this notion, like, yes, our ops division does very dynamic door kicker stuff, but for this one scene here, and this was a photo shoot when an article came out about what we do, they were like, oh yeah, get some picks in your hands, right? And so like, I'm here picking a door. Now, everyone has said to me, I'm known as this lockpicker, and like maybe I've taught some of you about lockpicking. If you've ever seen like any of these animations that Tool has.
We all know how to lockpick, yes? Come on, that's easy. We all know how to lockpick, right? Put a little pressure. See, you got the I forget what they're called now. Tumblers? Parts of a lock. We know how to lockpick, right? Come on. You get the bolts, the springs, and they're all different heights. The tension is very important.
All of our slides, like if you've ever learned how a lock works, and you say, oh, they're little pins and they bind, but they push up with a key, and if I don't have a key, like how do I get in the lock? Like I've taught about lock picking forever, and everyone thinks of me as this lock picker, and they say,
we've done this,
yes.
but
like,
I just wanted to remind you.
Job, man. Like
I gotta go.
That's you at a door at 2 in the morning with those picks out. I wish I could do that and get paid. Which again, like sure, that's fun. And I have picked locks to get into secured spaces. But this shit here, manipulating the pins with like pick tools, it's something like the 9th thing on the list of stuff we try to get into buildings. And this whole talk is not, this is like the last lock picking slide in the talk, because this is not a lock picking talk. I know, hooray is what I say, because I'm so tired. Hey, you made it. I'm so tired of talking about lock picking. I love when someone new is learning it, right? And if someone's never done this and they get it, and it's this whoa moment, that's fun. But I gotta stop this illusion that.
Yeah, you remember this? This is a sick video, though. It's a little bit about the world around us. This is a foundational video.
Yeah, Vince and you, like, you don't
But anyways,
pick doors.
look how easy it is to get to places. You don't pick locks.
About
That's
how
not what you do.
Physical pen
Picking locks? That's like the last thing you try.
This illusion.
You know how dumb people are?
That
or you know, just stuff you haven't thought of, but I guess awareness is part of this
picking
topic.
like, how many times do you pick a door? You don't, Johnny. Like, fuck, yeah. Vince,
I'm glad I remembered it. I've been trying to. There's been numerous times I was trying to remember this video. I'm glad I finally found it again.
you don't really pick doors. This shit is great. That's not what we do. So let's talk about how physical pen testers actually get into buildings, how real covert entry tends to work, and how you fix almost all of it. Dumb shit, right? Like right off the bat. I've legit knocked hinge pins out of doors. You just bang a hinge pin out, walk the door. I don't care how many locks are on the door. If you can walk that door away from the frame, walk in. This is a thing that you can do with like a nail or a nice little orange tool so you don't bust up your fingers. But again, like all these locks on the door, but you don't see.
But anyways, folks, do we need to do some lock picking on the stream? I remember we bought one. I was living with some people, and we were like, we just thought it was cool. So we ordered like this 6 set of lockpick, like this tools, and nobody used it, but I did. I tried it. I remember I autistic, just like I went on my door a whole bunch, and then I did it on my friend's door, and then the next friend's door, and I was like, it was pretty sick. I mean, it was pretty easy. It was pretty darn easy. We might have to do it on stream. I might have to get myself another lockpick set. We might have to develop some of these, some future prepper skills, some 2077 prepper skills, huh? How is it? I don't do any. I'm not a criminal, so how am I to fear of the one in authority if I do right? Doesn't the Bible say that? Anyways, all right, y'all. I'm out. See you tomorrow. Bible open line Friday and all that. We're gonna get down Nick Stream style. We're taking off at 4 p.m. I do appreciate y'all, as always. Take care. Bye. See ya.